You're in tune to 93.1 Real FM.
Good morning. My name is Latoya Wills with the news in detail. In Guyana, a student of the Success Elementary School has topped the country in this year's NGSA. A number of students from the same school have captured many of the other top positions. The top student, Nirvana Wimal, gained 524 marks out of a possible 527 marks. A total of 39 students shared the top 10 spots this year and were drawn from both public and private schools. An elderly woman was reportedly burned to death in a fire that has ravaged her home at 1 mile along the Patara Road in Bartica, Region 7. The woman has only been identified as Iris. She reportedly lived alone. The Guyana Fire Service confirmed that it is still battling the blaze, which started just before midnight. The Caribbean Examinations Council has created a 5-year strategic plan, which aims to fully digitize the council by 2025. CEO and Registrar Dr. Wayne Wesley said the plan will also create a platform to provide relevant, quality, and globally recognized education. According to Dr. Wesley, there needs to be a balance where students are equipped with critical competency that can be applied to any content. He said what is being taught in schools with the current curriculum cannot apply to everyday life. According to Dr. Wesley, a lot of us now in the working world have to be getting on Google. What we learned in school no longer applies now. The new strategic plan also includes a structured system of transformation to include research and development. Dr. Wesley revealed that a research and development department will be set up. This will be able to analyze data on students' performance over the years and especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Additionally, a research advisory committee which will include individuals from the University of Guyana and University of the West Indies will be formulated to help create areas of focus, new curricula, and revise the current curricula. CXC is currently developing new programs such as biotechnology and bioengineering, artificial intelligence, and robotics. Dr. Wesley explained in that context, we would not have to be worrying about how we prepare students and giving extra lessons all over the place. He said extra lessons put pressure on students and also creates an overload of information. And according to the doctor, when they're stressed out, we wonder what's happening. According to Dr. Wesley, the pandemic has shown that there is not enough time to cover the entire curriculum. Dr. Wesley assured of CXC's commitment to the region in transforming the education system. For this year's exams, meanwhile, the electronic testing platform was utilized in 19 countries for the CAPE exams, and 73 subjects were written online. For CSAT, 20 countries used the platform and 34 subjects were written. In Jamaica, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is maintaining that there are no immediate plans to call an election. Holness made the declaration while speaking at the vaccination site at the Richmond Health Center in St. Mary. He also criticized the People's National Party, PNP, whose General Secretary, Dr. Dayton Campbell, has argued that Holness is using the island-wide vaccination tours as a cover-up to campaign for local government elections, which are due by February 27, 2022. Internationally, at least 3 people have died in Bali after a magnitude 4.8 earthquake hit the Indonesian island in the early hours of Saturday, damaging buildings and leaving people trapped in the rubble. The earthquake damaged buildings in Karangasem and Bangli regencies on the east of the island, the Bali Province Regional Disaster Management Agency related in a statement. Rescue efforts are continuing where people remain trapped in the ruins of a building in Karangasem. 7 people are seriously injured and 1 person is dead. 2 people died in Bangli where landslides caused by the quake blocked a road, hampering evacuation efforts. And the Chinese man who set his ex-wife on fire as she live-streamed to her online followers was sentenced to death in this week, concluding a murder case that received nationwide notoriety. The victim, 30-year-old Lama, was a farmer and live streamer in a Tibetan autonomous prefecture in southwestern Sichuan province. She was streaming a video of herself last September when a man burst in, poured gasoline on her, and set her on fire. She died 2 weeks later. In sports, 18-year-old Rahul Nasir, a Canadian with Guyanese heritage, is the pioneer behind Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, CMRSC, an online racing group. Despite being just a community of 30 with racers from Denmark, Nasir said there is much more to offer with what he sees as the future of racing. Racing simulation is the collective term for racing game software that attempts to accurately simulate auto racing, complete with real-world variables such as fuel usage, damage, tire wear and grip, and suspension settings. In a nutshell, it's the closest one can get to real-life action on the track. So for any avid race fan, this form of racing presents the best opportunity to race in a cost-effective way. In an interview recently, Nasir expressed that while many live the dream of being in an F1 car, Indy or NASCAR, it could be costly for the average man, but with sim racing, dreams become a reality, virtually anyways, but the feeling is very much surreal. Nasir, who is an avid go-karter, highlighted that there are some success stories of persons who started in sim racing and ended up on the track. That is the news at this time. Special credits to News Source Guyana Newsroom, CNN, and Jamaican Gleaner.